Kamala Shirin Lakhdhir. Does that name ring a bell to you? Well, she's none other than the ambassador of the United States to Malaysia. The ambassador spoke to me in a maiden interview since her posting, which came after Donald Trump's stunning victory in the US presidential polls in November 2016. So, Ambassador, you have just completed a year in Malaysia.
Yes.
And you made your second pilgrimage to Batu Caves. Can you tell us about your experience?
So it was great. We went and I participated in the ceremony in the morning. That Deputy Prime Minister Zahid was there and other ministers, deputy ministers of government. So it was very inspiring to see thousands and thousands of people, pilgrims, and then lots of people who also just came because they were interested in Malaysia's culture and what this festival was about. Then after the formal ceremony, I and the team from the embassy I was with, we were invited to climb the 272 steps, and so we did so, and I also we walked around inside and saw what was happening and how many people were coming. I dragged my poor team with me and some of the others, but we are in training as a group because someday I am hoping, and I shouldn't say this to you so directly because now that I say it, I may get in trouble and have to fulfill it, is we're hoping to climb Mount Kinabalu. So everyone keeps telling me you have to go out to Batu Caves and run up and down the 272 steps. So,
your followers have to get ready for Mount Kinabalu
yeah,
now.
that is, yes, exactly.
The message is out now.
Yeah. So hopefully. So I have been to Mount Kinabalu and one in the past year. I've been very lucky to visit Sabah several times, and we climbed a little bit of Mount Kinabalu. So I recognize now I must prepare a lot more.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
I'd like to ask you about the President's State of the Union address, where he said countries which voted against his decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel will face censure. Specifically, he threatened to cut off aid. What do you have to say about that?
First, looking at the decision on Jerusalem, as President Trump talked about at the time, that it was an acknowledgement of what was long-standing reality, which is that the Israeli government has their court system, their parliament, their prime minister's office, and other ministers' offices in Jerusalem, and that has been true for a very long time. But the president also was clear that his decision did not prejudge final status negotiations about Israel's sovereignty within Jerusalem. So I think he was very clear in how he made the decision and where sort of U.S. policy currently is. And I also think that Malaysia and Malaysia's government was strongly opposed to the decision and told me that as ambassador, and that we recognize that as good partners and friends, that sometimes we will disagree, and that as partners we will have frank conversations about disagreements. Our cooperation is across a broad range of different areas. It's people to people, it's military to military, law enforcement, and they're in science and technology. So I am confident that we will continue with our cooperation. It's in the interests of both our countries, and I'm very positive about what we will be doing in 2018 as our two countries together.
So you don't think there's any immediate danger to the cooperation that we have?
To the best of my knowledge, no. And I believe that because it's in both our countries' interests, we will continue moving forward.
It's been a rocky year for the Trump administration. Is the President's plan to make America great again on track?
So it's been a first year. It is a first year of any administration. Often has its rocky spots. This is also first year in Senate and House of Representatives. There's been lots of debate. about issues and policies that President Trump and his cabinet have put forward. I think that as we go forward, things will, in different areas, smooth out. In certain things, the president has had much success. In other areas, he is still in debate with both the Senate and the House. So, but I think going forward, his objectives in terms of being concerned about American workers, American families, American prosperity, this is something that all governments, all presidents or prime ministers worry about and focus on. I think that he also has been clear that he is working with allies and partners, because often what's good for Americans in terms of prosperity and peace is good for other countries too.
And it's going to be an incredible year for Malaysia. So you're looking forward to the coming elections?
I am looking forward for the coming elections, and we have been following it, as I have been and our embassy team. So we're just waiting for the spring.
Ilham, you are waiting for inspiration.
I'm waiting for somebody else to have ilham, since I have no control over it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like all Malaysians, Ambassador Lakhdhir says she's eagerly awaiting the biggest event of the year, the 14th general election. She even has a prediction. It will be called before May 15th. In the meantime, the ambassador is getting ready to celebrate Chinese New Year with all Malaysians.